This is the Retro Hunting Adventures. I'm your host, Mr. MegaManFan. Like, share, comment, subscribe. You know all the things to do. Today we're looking at some GameCube games that I picked up from eBay, along with a bonus item sent to me by a seller that screwed up an order, which was a good thing, but there was another seller who screwed up an order, and that was a very bad thing, so we're going to take it in the order that it comes here, starting with this priority package, which is quite tight in there, but I'm able to rip it open and get the GameCube game out, and we will reveal what it is as soon as I get the bubble wrap off. It is Ultimate Muscle Legends versus New Generation. As I've noted in previous Retro Hunting Adventures, I'm at that point where there are very few GameCube games left that I need, and unfortunately, the ones that are left are getting somewhat cost prohibitive, so I'm getting like one at a time now, or maybe two at most, but this was one that I was happy to knock off the list because the seller offered me a discount, and it was complete in the case with the manual. And they noted in the auction description that it's, quote, not display worthy. So I made a counter offer and I said, hey, it's not display worthy, but I need a complete game, not a game that's shelf candy. I want a game that's complete with everything that works. So can we compromise a little bit on that? And they accepted my counter offer. So I actually got this one for what I consider to be a very reasonable price. And if it works, then it was worth it. And so far, by all indications, it's going to work. It's loading up the way it's supposed to. And we just gotta wait for it to finish loading. Memory card in slot A, saving. That's a good sign. The opening logo is a good sign. If we get some kind of cutscene, that will also be a good sign. Things are trending in the right direction here. I've had some games recently that didn't even get past the opening title screen before they errored out, thanks to them being a scratched up disc that was resurfaced. So anything that actually loads into a cutscene is a good thing for me. I don't trust it until I've actually seen some, if not all, of an opening animatic, and then I know that it's actually a working game, because with these GameCube discs, when they error out, they don't try to recover from the error. They're just like, the disc could not be read, and then you're kind of screwed at that point. Thankfully, not only does it appear that I'm not screwed, it actually appears there's more to this game than just pro wrestling. I was not aware there'd be a gachapon machine in the game, and it seems to work the same way the one in Pac-Man Collection does, which I guess I really shouldn't find that surprising. This is a Bandai game. That's a Namco Bandai game since the two companies merged, so obviously this idea has been in their collective brains for a very long time now. But what you do with this gachapon machine is you insert tokens and get randomized toys based on the characters in the game, and probably variants of them, like gold or silver or platinum, and then you earn more credits for the machine by playing the game. Now in Pac-Man Collection, it's actually animated and goes through a whole triumphant victory display of opening the ball from the gachapon machine. This one doesn't even show you any animation whatsoever. You just insert your coins and it spits out your toys. Kind of non-exciting, but it's still fun to collect in-game items. It gives you something to do, especially for an offline game with no achievements. There are no PlayStation trophies or Steam collectible cards, so it's something. It's better than nothing. And now it's time to make sure the actual wrestling game portion of this wrestling game works. And I think I'll just let it do a computer versus computer opponent That might be the easiest way, as opposed to trying to learn all the moves right here and right now. Again, I just want to confirm this is a working game, so I can send the seller some positive feedback and say, hey, thanks for the game. You made a good offer, I made a good counter offer, we came to an agreement, and you did right by me because it's a complete, tested, and working game. I don't need a WADA graded 9.6 out of 10 for my collection. I just want games in the box with the manual and the artwork and everything the way it's supposed to be. I don't need it to be sealed in acrylic, okay? It doesn't have to be Y-fold sealed all the way around, right? That's not... If I get sealed games just because I've bought games over the years and haven't gotten around to all of them, I might have some WADA gradable games, but I'm never going to actually WADA grade them because that's not my bag. You do you. If that makes you happy, sealing something inside glass and never being able to touch it or play it, well, that's your business. That's not me, but I'm not judging. I'm sure there's probably a Mega Man game that I would seal behind glass too if I had one complete and unopened and very valuable. I would probably go to that link myself. And speaking of valuable, the package I'm opening was supposed to be Zatch Bell Momento Fury, complete in the box with the manual and game, from a charitable organization, but this charity sent me Sonic Mega Collection Plus instead. So I'm not even going to say how wrong this is, but you can tell by my reaction. I was more than a little bit vexed about this. I've already started a return with eBay, and I've made them assure me that even though I'm returning something other than what they promised to send, that I'm returning what they sent me, so I'm covered. Which, if you look up what Zatch Bell Momento Fury goes for, I should be. And let's note here that I bid on that in an open auction. It wasn't a buy it now, so I paid the fair market price that it was going for, and I didn't get it. At least this last one is an example of a seller who screwed up and did the right thing in the end, because they sent me a loose Game Gear game without the clamshell that was promised in the description. And these clamshells are getting really hard to find and really expensive. So not only did they make good by sending me the clamshell that I was promised, they sent me a bonus game. Now, the majors for Sega Game Gear is probably a dirt common sports game, but just the fact that they would throw in an extra game for screwing up and not giving me the clamshell that I paid for with the previous game I bought, I mean, that's more than I asked for. All I wanted was the clamshell that they forgot. So that's customer service going above and beyond. I mean, they even threw in a game that had a manual on top of that. So that's more than worth it. They're getting some very good eBay feedback, leave back feedback for them, because they went above and beyond to make right on the order. Now, if this Veterans of Ohio and Indiana makes right, they'll get good feedback too, but it's going to be kind of hard to make right if they sent somebody else the game I spent a whole lot of money for and sent me Sonic Mega Plus, because I don't think they're going to get that one back from the other person, and I'm never going to get what I paid for. So my only hope is getting a refund for the auction that I won, because I have a game here that I don't need because I already had it, and it's definitely not the one I paid for. It's probably the most vexing episode of Retro Hunting Adventures I've recorded in a long time, but at least I had a good seller with the Game Gear games, so all's well that ends well. Even though I'm still out a lot of money for Zatch Bell until I get that refund. Oh, that's the joy of eBay. Thanks for watching, everyone.